everybody! We're live on a Sunday. We weren't here last Sunday. We were at a concert. We went to see an 80s band called Striper. Oh my god, I'm bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, you've been picking at that all day. Just stop.
I didn't all day.
You were.
It was all day. It was here just a minute ago.
No, you were scratching it earlier today.
I was not scratching it earlier.
You were, and
when?
it was really bothering me.
You named the time. When?
It was like 1 o'clock when we were in here.
God. Oh, okay. Hello, everybody.
Sound.
Well, no sound. There's no sound? Nobody heard us yelling at each other?
No, I think there might be sound because.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Probably not. It doesn't appear to be that there's sound. Now there's sound. There should be sound now. I mean, sound was going out, but I don't know. Hello, everybody. Could you hear us throughout our fight? We're battling each other. Oh, look. So they heard. They heard me.
I thought they could.
Yeah, they heard me. So now we're good. David Brewer says, "Oh no, no, the echo's gone. I took away the echo." So no, there's no echo. It's gone. Okay, so this weekend, Heather and I have been working really hard. Man, I'm bleeding everywhere. This is bad.
Stop touching it.
I'm trying to get the blood squared away down here. Okay, Heather,
just leave your pants on.
Leave my pants on. When are they going to come off?
No, put them down. Don't touch them, Chris. Stop it!
Look, I'm a bloody little rascal down here.
Chris,
I look like I'm been attacked by like some animal.
Chris.
Okay, I'm gonna let it sit and dry off.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna let it dry out a little bit. Okay. It's the intro with no sound.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. The intro had no sound. All right, that's fine. Okay. So this weekend we worked really hard trying to get everything straightened out with our warehouse, and we have dug around a little bit like little squirrels, and we are putting together one hell of a Black Friday.
Well, we have to talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
But I mean, we're putting something together cool. Can I show one item that we're going to have for sale on Black Friday?
Show me what it is.
He's back here. Hold on.
Yeah, you can show that.
Okay. So we're going to have this for sale on Black Friday. This is the Mortem plush. And he sits down. Look, check this out. I tried to show it on Instagram the other day. There he is. He sits down. He's got his little scythe. Or his big scythe. Isn't he cool? So this will be available on Black Friday. And we will also have Mortem figures. Whatever is left over from Mortem figures that we had sold. It's been now, a couple months ago. It was just before New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
So we'll have this guy available, some Mortems that are left over, not many. We have a handful of them left. And so they'll go up on MischiefToys.com. I love this plush too, Zachary Stone. Look at this. Isn't it cool? He's got his little, look, you can see his little bottom down here. Look at this. Boom. Why
are you showing his
I was trying to show that he's stuffed out. He's plush down here. Just showing. Is there something wrong with that?
Those are his nether regions.
The netherworld is down there. He's got the netherworld down there. That's the netherworld we're always talking about. Yeah, so this will be available. And then we also have a bunch of what? Al?
Stop. Where you're at. Stop.
I was going to say we could have
Stop where you're at, please. I know what you're about to say. Please stop. I'm asking you very kindly to stop.
Can I say something?
No.
We're going to have a lot of really great stuff on MischiefToys.com. That's all I was going to say.
No, it isn't.
It was.
It was not all you were going to say.
It was until you clawed me.
I didn't claw you.
Need a blacklight version of the plush.
Maybe.
Possibly in the future.
I don't think plush can glow in black light, though.
You didn't think plush glowed in the dark. But it did.
No, I thought that was a possibility.
I never knew that. What are you talking about?
I didn't never know that. I thought it was a possibility.
I didn't never know that. Do y'all plan on making any more plushies like the Voodoo plush? I want them for my car.
Maybe similar, yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool. Doug Blair, oh, well, okay. We have a package on the way. Thank you. Ooh. I will look out for that tomorrow. Thank you. I need a Haunted Ghastly figure. Me too.
What do you mean you have one?
Oh, I do? I also need one. You know, it's funny, I didn't have one either up until like a day ago. Because we had a bunch of boxes, as I had mentioned on Instagram. A bunch of boxes came in, good boxes. And we switched out all the good boxes, or all the bad boxes for good ones. So now we have a bunch of figures inside of the warehouse that are in good shape.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of damaged ones. They look like they've been through a car accident. Some of those boxes are bad. If you ever go on Instagram at Mischief Toys, you can if you check out our lives, you'll see some of the stuff that goes on in the warehouse. It's a pretty cool behind the scenes thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right. I want to talk about a couple things. So, for those who do not know, we haven't talked about this yet. And this is sort of like I don't know anything, but I just want to discuss what we think is going to happen. Heather and I specifically, but I want you guys to comment as well, and then we can kind of get some takeaways from you. But what's Mike Becker doing anyway?
Something in like 88 days.
Yeah, so they have this plan apparently going on where they're counting down the days now. And so I'm wondering exactly what this is. And also, I'd like to know, are they going to be really counting down on a regular basis? I also want to know, what is it going to be? And I have this feeling that he was in Japan a lot. So I'm wondering if it has to do something with Japan. Or if he's going to go straight retro. Because Mike Becker loves to go retro. You know, that's how Funko started. He did the Bob's Big Boy stuff. And then, of course, Funko becomes what it is today, this big, gigantic monster. So, is Mike Becker going to be going back to his roots? Is he going to be going a different route altogether? What are we thinking, Heather?
I don't know.
To the Rescue says, I thought the sign said Funkier Inc. at first. Funkier. No. Fun. I think it's cool that it's Fun Maker Inc. I think that's kind of cool that they came up with that. I like that name. It makes sense.
I think I really don't know. I don't know.
You don't know what to expect, you're saying?
I think it's going to be something like smaller to begin with, and I don't think that he would do anything or try to do anything big again. I think it'll be similar to like more of like an independent company rather than like a billion-dollar company.
I don't think, yeah, you're saying you don't believe that he'll go the way.
I don't think it's going to be a big monster.
He's not going the way of
Funko.
No, or Brian Mariotti's Thrilljoy. Like Brian Mariotti's Thrilljoy was set up to be a big business. With 75 SKUs, with that big ass set up at New York. Like he's talking about reaching bigger numbers. What you're saying independent is like what we do is like 100 pieces.
No, I think bigger than that.
Why do you think bigger? Because I think it would be cooler if he actually did go smaller.
I agree, but it's incredibly hard, and manufacturing is incredibly hard with lower numbers.
True.
Like, we literally cannot price our figures any lower because we do such low number. Like, if we were producing, like, 5,000 of each figure, we could make our products significantly cheaper.
Do you think Mike Becker can sell product without Freddy Funko?
Yes.
You do? Mm-hmm. So you think that just by his own name, Mike Becker, you think that he can sell?
I think it's his know-how.
Okay.
Same with Brian. And I know that Throwjoy has had a couple of hiccups.
Right.
Like, one thing in the criticism we've gotten in the comments on those videos is like, oh, you guys would be screaming that this is trash. No.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Hold on. Let me get my thought out.
I know, but I'm here
you.
also.
I know you're here. Can I finish my thought before you?
You better. Interject? You better hurry up because I'm gonna speak.
So my thought on that is they're new, and I'm all about allowing a company to work through what they have to work through despite anyone having know-how, because he knew how recently to run a company with like a gazillion employees. He knew how to do CEO duties, but now he's probably learning a lot of stuff that he either never knew or he hasn't done in years and years
Or
and years.
things changed since he did do it.
Yeah, or that, because he's doing a lot of things at this point in time. So I believe in just, you know, he might have know-how, he might have contacts and stuff, but it's not an exact replica of Funko, so it's not going to be the exact thing. They can't operate as if it is Funko, and he isn't just wearing a CEO hat. He's wearing many hats. I mean, I peeked into their booth Wednesday before New York Comic Con, and he was literally in there setting things up.
Oh, I saw him. He had a hat on. He was business.
Yeah.
He was business Brian.
Yeah.
He was the double B.
Yeah.
He was big business Brian. Big business B.
But my point is, I think that once they work this out, that his know-how is going to get him far. And I think that the mistakes...
Brian Mariotti.
Brian Mariotti. Okay. So I think that... How can I best say this? I think that there are things that they definitely could have done better. They could have for sure told people like a week ago, hey, we're not going to meet the 4-week deadline most likely. Like, this is what's happening. Really, really sorry. Here's what we're going to do to make it better. But the fact that they are communicating, which is something that we've been screaming at Funko for forever. Like, all can be forgiven if we just receive some form of communication.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, at Funko's size, they have a legal team, and there's only so much they can do, say, right?
They should be able to say, hey, there's been a delay, your items are going to come later than expected, or whatever.
They can't be personable because they're too big to be personable.
You don't have to be personable, but a heads up to your consumers who's spending their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
That's what we've been begging Funko for ages, and that's why we're so lenient on Thrilljoy, because they gave a fucking explanation. So my point is, he knows how to give an explanation. He also knows the business side of things, and I feel like Mike Becker will know the same thing, the same stuff. You know, I think that Mike Becker knows how to sell a product.
Well,
and he knows the right people.
Yeah. So Mike Becker is not he's not a businessman, so he has to have people that are business people.
How do you know that he's not a businessman?
Because we know a little bit behind the scenes that he just wants to be the fun guy. So he wants to have a good time.
You can want to be the fun guy all day long. I would love to be fun, but
you're not, I know.
Exactly. I can't be, because there are so many things that I have to manage and so many pieces that I have to force to fall into place, that you're more of the fun person and I'm like all business all the time.
Glad you said that.
This is what we can do, this is what we can't do.
Business in the front, you're in front, party in the back. That's me.
Yeah.
We're a fucking mullet.
We are.
Together we're a mullet.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, okay. So my synopsis on what Fun Maker Mike is doing, Mike Becker. He's a great guy. I think that he knows fun. So being that he knows fun, he knows how to deliver fun. I think that Funko sort of manufactured Fun Maker Mike into something a little bit different, like over the course of time with those Project Fred bullshit, everything, right? I think that he is going to bring his own ideas to life, and I think that those are ways in which to win and to do well. I hope that Mischief Toys, we've like been in it, right? We've been doing this now for a few years. I'm hoping that Mischief Toys finds a way to work with both of them. It would be cool to see Thrilljoy and, you know, Fun Maker Incorporated. It'd be cool to find ways to have Ghastly or Demonstro or Mortem sort of work with both of those companies. I think Thrilljoy is right now, it's sort of, you know, in a weird spot. Things are happening. They're trying to make all this cool stuff happen at one time. And then, of course, it's not always going to go perfectly. It never does. And we know that. As an example, when we started our business, we had those glow figures come in. And now they were horrible. Now they're legendary. But, you know, you have issues like that.
Collect them all.
The gargoyle figures are an issue.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. I haven't been able to talk.
No.
What is going on here?
Glow. Stay on the glow figure.
Okay.
So that was a fuck up. That was a fuck up. So we literally saw photos of those figures. We didn't even get the APs in hand until like the day before. They had already been mass produced. And that's because of like I think it was like a barrier, like a language thing.
At that time,
time,
we weren't.
We didn't know how to speak to them, and they were just they thought that they could just do everything at the same time. So when we got those figures in, I was like, we can't sell these.
Yeah.
And it was a huge mess up. But
the community changed their mind in that.
Well, that's what's crazy to me. The community said, "Well, I want those ugly figures."
Right.
Like they're not what they're supposed to be, but I want it.
Yeah.
So why are we allowed to make a mistake?
Because...
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because we are two average, run-of-the-mill people starting a business, not knowing what they're doing, have never been in the business. Now, on the other hand, Brian Mariotti was a CEO of almost, at the time, I think maybe a billion dollar company. So he's managed this large company, Funko being one of the biggest toy operations in the world ever. I mean, Funko at its height was just unbelievable. The fact that he was able to own or run and operate CEO that business, and then there's a screw up, people are like, how could this even be? He knows better, right? I'm not telling you.
But he doesn't, because Funko fucks up all the time.
I'm telling you, but I understand what you're saying. But I'm saying that is you gotta read the room. That's how people are visualizing this. So when we're sitting back, okay, let's get real for a second. For a while, we thought that Brian Mariotti hated us. And we heard rumors about how he didn't like us. He didn't like the fact that we brought up the firings that happened over at Funko.
Which could be true.
We brought a lot of stuff to the table, to the community's table, to say, here's what's going on behind the scenes. This is how we know it. It wasn't 100% fact. Do we know? No. Because we were getting information from the inside of Funko, and you have disgruntled employees. But I'd like to believe that most of them knew exactly what was going on or were telling the absolute truth.
There's two sides to every story.
Absolutely. So we knew all the things that were going on. We were then telling the community about all the things that were going on. And of course, him being a CEO, he's not going to be happy about it. But was he really mad at us? I don't know. At the time, we would joke around about it because I thought it was funny that he hated us or that he disliked us. But now we're in a different place, right? Now, one thing I will tell you is that New York, when he approached Heather and I, he basically, opened his arms up and was like, "Look, you guys are great. I love the Mischief Toys thing that you guys are doing. I like your channel. We know about what you guys do." And he's like, you guys are, we're bringing you. We want to bring you in. You guys are buddies, right? We're friends. And to me, that meant a lot, because if he did hate us at one point in time, it was nice that he was acknowledging us. Now, Funko did exactly the same thing, right?
Well, what?
It's nice. It was nice to have that, because over all these years, you watch all these other YouTube channels where they're basically, and by the way, I don't want this to come off as being mean or anything, but they basically are pro Funko all the time, and I think that's a great venture for your business to be that way, because then you can work with Funko, you can grow with Funko, and Funko is constantly saying, hey, we want you with us, and here's some stuff, show this stuff off, and then that earns you views, it earns all sorts of stuff, right? It grows you in the community. Whereas we were like the punk version of that, and we were like, we're going to say and do whatever the hell we want to do. So for Funko to share something on Instagram by saying making fun and mischief at NYCC was really mind-blowing, because I didn't think that we would ever see anything like that. To have Brian Mariotti, who we thought hated us, to approach us and to be all about Mischief Toys and Gasolcast. Never thought I'd ever see anything like that either. So there was a lot of things for me, and people can take this however they want and say, now we're sucking the hogs of all these other companies and everything. But the way that I took that was like, it was like the nerd in high school who was constantly beat up and shoved into a locker and the door closed on him, which, by the way, a lot of YouTube channels were hating on us and stuff like that too. But it was finally this acceptance that was happening with these big companies, these big organizations, these big CEOs, that if they're just doing it because they want us in their pocket, that's one thing, and I don't know that to be true. But if they're doing that, then that's on them. But the way that I took it was they actually appreciate us in some form or fashion, and they also respect us as a toy business and as a YouTube channel. And to me, that meant a lot. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. People can judge me all they want. I don't care. The fact that it happened to me in person and people were walking up to our booth from these huge booths that had lines wrapped around the entire convention, they were making hundreds of thousands of dollars at these events. They come over to see us, little old Mischief Toys shit talkers, or we still talk.
Gasocast
shit talkers, Mischief Toys, brand new business, to come over and approach us like that, to me, was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And even to right now, I still can't wrap my head around this whole thing, because it's really shocking that has happened, right?
I have a thought, speaking of Brian, specifically. What if he was under... this is just a complete theory. I have no idea. People talk about how we have like a relationship with Brian now. Mm-hmm. We've interviewed him once, then we visited with him at New York Comic Con. Like, it's not like a relationship. It's not like he gifted us a couple things. Well, which was really cool and really nice, but it's not like we're best buddies. So let me talk about a theory that I have, and I have no idea. This is just me talking. What if he was under a lot of stress at Funko? Like, a lot of stress. I would imagine you would be running a company like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there were times, and I really hope that Mike nor Brian ever took this the wrong way, but there were times where we saw like pictures or videos where they just looked like tired.
Yes. Like,
they looked exhausted.
They looked run down.
And I noticed that towards the end of like the last photos that we saw of Brian at Funko, I noticed that he looked like tired.
Right.
When we interviewed him, it was like we were looking at a completely different person.
100%, yeah.
It was weird.
100%, yeah.
So, what if things that we were told were true? Like, he was not very nice to people, but it was his stress taking over. Because I know that... I mean, that's no reason, right? There's no reason for it to be... But I get what you're saying. There's no reason to take it out on people.
Right.
But I know that when I'm in a really stressed out situation, it's very easy.
Boy, do I know it.
It's very easy to be like short-tempered and like snappy. Oh. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Like an elastic band.
So I'm curious if anything has happened since then.
Well, I think his retirement and getting into his new business venture, he's excited about doing something on his own. I think so too. And not having to go to these people. And I will say that we have had a good relationship now with Thrilljoy, and they're really cool. And I do want to say this, because I think for me it's important always to be transparent, because I don't want anybody to ever say that I fucking lied to anybody or I'm a big piece of shit liar. But Brian actually texted me last night, and it meant a lot. In fact, honest to God, I couldn't believe it. And Heather and I were actually coming down off of cleaning the house, cleaning the warehouse, and we were gaming, playing COD, Call of Duty. Oh, I said COD, and you called me like a nerd yesterday. But playing Call of Duty, and he texted, and he basically said, we wish that you guys are here, and because he and Mike Becker are there, and he goes, I heard that you're afraid of flying. How are we going to get you to SDCC? And I was like, motherfucker, like, these guys are over there, like, they want us to like be there to hang. Like, it would have been fucking cool to hang with them. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Oh God, this is more ammo for the haters.
Oh, I don't care. I just don't care, and I want, and look, I want people to be honest with us and say what they feel, instead of me putting up a wall. The only thing I won't take is that people are like calling me names, calling Heather names, and just being overall just toxic and poisonous about it. But
there's a lot of people who are trolly, and that's not the way you go about.
But I will accept. I will even accept that to some extent, because I know that some people are upset with maybe how things have gone with us and how things have changed for us. But I really think that it's, you know, if you're going to look at this from any point of view, your vantage point, whatever it is, look at it from this way. If you like Gasolcast, or you like Heather and I, you like Mischief Toys, look at what's happening as a positive, and it's something good for us and what our business is doing and what our business will do. Having these connections could be really helpful to us in terms of what kind of products we can put out, our capabilities, the people licensing, like maybe we can get a little help in that as well. I feel like that that it'll be good for us. That the outcome is that it's good for us. And so if people want to be hateful towards us for that, then they really just don't like us and they don't care about us. And I understand that, because the people out there, they might just stumble upon the video and they're like, oh, look at these two assholes, right? Talking about, they're telling us what Funko is doing wrong. Like, how dare they? You know, you always say that people will comment things like, oh, they're always talking about how Funko did what they said that should be done. Most of that is always, it's a fucking joke. Like, come on. Funko isn't listening to Heather and I. I mean, they have.
They are.
I mean, they have in the past. They have in the past, right? But we're not changing the dynamic of this humongous company, right? But the fact that we're getting love when we have never been loved. I mean, you're talking about two people who have been hit by a freight train over and over and run over on constant occasions. You see these other YouTubers getting all these chances and things to do all these crazy things with Funko and all these other businesses that Heather and I do not get, because we have said how we feel over the course of time. But as I always told Heather behind the scenes, Heather would always kind of come to me and say, Chris, you know, this YouTube channel stuff is cool, but and I think it's fun what we do. She's like, but what's the future for us? Like, how could we have a future and we're being haters and we're being this and we're being that? She's like, we need to be more positive and so on and so forth. And the truth is that if we were real from the very beginning, which we have been, things will work out. And that's what I would always tell her. I'm like, things are going to work out for us. Don't worry. I know that it's a little scary, but things will work out. And here we are. Things are working out. It's all coming together. We're making those connections with people. I mean, shit. Brian Mariotti's reaching out to me and saying, man, it would be cool if you were at DCon, right? They're all DCon right now. So they're like, oh, it'd be cool if you and Heather were at DCon. That's fucking cool, man. And I don't care what anybody says. Anybody could say, because somebody could be, oh, you're being a douche and look what happened to you and you've changed and all this stuff. I really, like, that couldn't even bother me at this point, because it's just, things have just, since New York Comic Con, things have really taken off for us, and it makes me really proud of how far we've come. Because if you would have told me this like 3 years ago, that this would happen to us and where we would be today, I would tell you that you're crazy. But the fact that it's happening is mind-blowing. And if it's only literally for this very moment, this minute, that this happens and then everything just burns after that, then good, you know, that's just how life goes. That's how things go. I hope it doesn't happen that way. But at least this proud moment happened, and I can kind of look at this and say, man, look what we've done. Like, look how far we've come, right? Yeah. Ever since this logo behind us, which the lights come off, it's not even on anymore. But this logo back there, we created that years ago, 7 years ago, I think, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
2017. How long was that? 2017 to 2018. 2018 to 2019, 2019 to 2020, 2020 to, hold on, 2021, 2021 to 2022, 2022 to 2023, 2023 to 2024. 7 whole years.
I said that.
This is how I do my math by myself when no one else is around. 7 long years. And here we are.
Here we are.
Looking like fucking... Just look at us. Take a look. You looking at me? I'm looking at you.
You shouldn't.
Take a look. Look up here. Take a look. Now that right there, you know what that is? Excellence. Even though you got the pimple, it's fine. That's excellent.
It's a few.
Thank you, Zachary. You guys keep it real and are reaping the reward. Thank you, Nick Mastermico. What happened to the light? It died. I don't know. I got to go and replace everything. We have worked really hard. We've worked really hard. It's been tough. It's been tough. Yeah, David, don't need DCon. I would love to go. I think that it would be great for us.
It'd be fun just to hang out.
2025, I'm trying to maximize how much we get out into the world and take Mischief Toys with us. And we've actually, we've found a couple of things that we're going to do next year, which we can't really talk about other than the Living Dead weekend, which is something we've already talked about. We have some other conventions sort of on the horizon as well for 2025, but I really want to get out there. I want to do bigger things. I think that Mischief Toys is so I envision Mischief Toys as like this humongous monster of a thing. But it's not yet figured out. It's almost like an enigma. And then there's Heather and I with our little tiny hands touching it and trying to figure out what the hell do we do with this thing. Because I think Mischief Toys could really go a long way. I think the characters could go a long way. I think Ghastly is a perfect front-running character, right? When I see Ghastly, I picture like all these other little characters in the world and how he could be like a cartoon character. He could be all these things. He could be in a movie. He could be in a comic book. So I want to grow him, but I just need to find the way in which to do it. And look, as a person that jumped into this sort of willy-nilly and at random, trying to figure things out as I go. It's interesting. It's interesting. What is that? Heather's trying to bring in another cat, and I need everybody to tell her to stop.
I'm not trying to bring it in.
Come on.
I might.
No more cats. That's it. We're done. We have 2. That's it. No more cats. The cat's out there taking care of business. Thank you, Wayne Pierce. Said we're rock stars. Stay true to what you want. Now, here's what we always hate. It's amazing how quickly people turn on someone that's doing good for themselves. Lost so many so-called friends because I started doing good. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate, right? People want you to be at their level. They want you to be where they are in life. And they're not trying to excel, but you are trying to excel. And I'm really proud for, where we've gotten. You're talking about 2 people who, I know I speak for myself, barely got through high school. Barely. And basically did no college, went straight into a job, employment with a company, which I've done well, don't get me wrong, but not really living my dream or living my, what I want to do. And sort of just, doing what was afforded to me. I want to do big things, and I have a lot of thoughts. And you're not going to get this other cat, are you? Please don't go get the other cat. I want you to be here. I don't want you to. You're live.
She just needs some more food. She's done.
Yeah, Heather, stop.
Look, she left.
Good. She needs to go. She needs to find another house. Like, maybe somebody else will take her in. We did so much for Fritz.
I don't need to take her in. I just want to make sure she's okay. We spent like $10,000 on Fritz already. It's enough. It's over. The game's over, Heather. I'm so glad to see you. Maybe this cat will have fine teeth.
Oh my God, fine teeth. Yeah, only God could hope that. It's unbelievable. By the way, thank you, David Brewer. Appreciate you. We have a brand new, 2 brand new t-shirt designs and hoodie designs. Well, 2 designs for t-shirts and hoodies, and they're fantastic. They were created by our good friend and artist, Michael Duran. He's not our artist, but he is an artist. He's fantastic, and they're up on MischiefToys.com right now. So if you want to go get some super sick gear, bro, go over and get it now. There's a design with Snowman where it's Demonstro trying to catch Ghastly, and then our print from New York Comic Con is now on a shirt and on a hoodie. So go and pre-order now. You have until next Sunday. That is a threat.
Yep, next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern.
What advice would yous give to a younger yous, both starting out years ago?
You first.
I guess mine, I don't know, because we sort of dove head. I was going to say, well, I would say maybe do a little bit more research. If we're talking about the toy business, I would say do more.
No, I think that they might be talking about Gassocast.
If we're talking about Gassocast, I would say do more. What is it? Like more. Take classes on how to speak in front of people, because I am not good at that. And when we went to Night of Mischief for Mischief Toys, like in front of this camera, I'm okay. But in front of people at Night of Mischief, I fell apart. Heather had to carry me the whole way. I would probably do more with that because I'm not good in front of speaking in front of people. I'm just not good at that.
I'm not either, but it was one of those things where it's like, I know that we have to do this, and like you were fucked up.
You're better. You're better at it than I am.
I'm not.
No, I mean you are. You clearly are based off that.
When I was in 3rd grade, my teacher, her name was Mrs. Sheetwood. She's amazing. She's an amazing person.
Okay. I don't know if I would give her name on the internet, but that's fine.
She's wonderful.
I thought you were going to say, no, she's dead.
No.
I didn't know what way that was going to go.
She's still around.
Okay.
She actually, when I worked at the salon that I worked at when I met you, she got her hair done there.
Oh.
Yeah.
By you?
No, by my boss.
Not by you?
No.
Sounds like a real bitch to me.
I didn't specialize in her hair type.
What was her hair type?
She just liked she liked certain stuff done to her hair that I just didn't do.
Good enough to teach, but not good enough for the haircut? Okay, cool. That's what I would have said.
Anyway, she wrote a letter to every single student at the end of the year, and she was like, I am so proud of you. You were so shy when you started out in this class, but you've come out of your shell. And she said that, like, you're still shy, but I didn't know how well you'd be able to make friends. And that's one thing I've always been good at, is like making friends. Mm-hmm. Like I could make friends, but I don't consider myself an outgoing person. So it's weird the fact that I do this and I was able to do Night of Mischief.
Your dad, I remember years ago, your dad said to me, Heather would have never done any of this if it weren't for you. Talking about GastroCast, because I think that was before Mischief Toys. He goes, she would never do this if it weren't for you coming into her life. He goes, that's really cool that you guys are able to do this thing together. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. But I wouldn't have done it either. Like, I was in the same boat as you. Like, I just did it because we started a podcast. We sort of enjoyed it. Then we opened that box, that Funko box. And then I just felt like, oh, this is kind of fun. This is interesting. Like, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
So it worked out. I mean, in the end, look how far we've come.
What advice would I give to so the biggest advice, I think, and something that has made me falter a bit and something that I'm not happy at myself for, is don't take what other people say to heart. You are somebody who has a very tender heart. And when I would say that it really affects you when you see comments. So people will comment. There's one person who's a real monster. They comment literally on anything that this Funko or this Trackers posts that's about Mischief Toys. And they'll basically call Heather and I like drug addicts and stuff, like really weird things. And I've actually called this person out several times. Some of you may have seen it, but I've called him out myself because I'm just like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of seeing it. It's getting on my nerves. But Heather will hear this, or not hear it, read it, and it will be on her mind for days, sometimes weeks. I mean, it really affects you really bad. Used to. And it doesn't anymore.
I would say that every once in a while it still does. Not that person, but sometimes things will. And I feel really bad because I tend to hear or read things and I just like let it go, like almost instantly. There are some things that sort of hung with me. Somebody called me a fat pig one time when I was overweight. And that bothered me, but it did actually empowered me a little bit, helped me out a little bit. Not good, but
someone called you something very similar recently, knowing that you're trying to lose weight.
Yes,
and that really fucking pissed me off.
Yeah,
and they very casually, he's probably watching this right now, very casually were like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop by tomorrow," and I was like trying to like be cool with it because I don't like drama.
Stop by tomorrow, meaning New York Comic Con.
Oh, at New York Comic Con. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like drama. I don't like being mean to anybody. I like to at least be cordial even if I'm not a fan of someone. But I was in the shower getting ready for New York Comic Con that morning. And I was like, that person did this, that person did this, that person did this. Like, they talk Like, they think that we're not seeing it, but we do.
Yeah.
Like, they say a lot of really ugly things about us. And I was like, I messaged him as soon as I got out of the shower. I was literally wrapped in a towel, and I had my phone like this. And I'm like, actually, I don't want you to stop by. You're not going to be greeted with kindness if you stop by. I want nothing to do with someone who is going to call my husband names and fat shame him while you know that he's actively dieting. I'm not going to allow you to tell people to run to our YouTube channel and send a link and tell people to like give our videos thumbs down. I mean, any interaction is interaction, whether it's positive or negative, but like that just sends really nasty people to us. And like we were getting comments from people that had never happened before they did that, that were ugly. And I was like, you're not going to do all this stuff and then I'm just going to be nice to your fucking face. Like, I wish I could tell my younger self to stand up for myself like I do now. I think.
Oh, thank you, Joker. Joker says, our boy Chris was looking mighty snazzy and lean at NYCC. I definitely meant to say it on the IG post. Thank you. You don't have to say anything, but I appreciate you saying that. That's really nice of you. Yeah, I worked really hard, and I'm still working through it. I'm trying to get down to a certain weight, and it's a battle. I've been overweight for many years. In fact, today Heather hugged me, and she goes, "You definitely lost a lot of weight." Like,
I hugged you?
Yeah.
Is that when that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people really have nothing better to do. It's true. Yeah. There's a lot of trolls out there. The one that Heather is talking about specifically, they were the type which is I refer to as like a chameleon. They try to be your friend, but then they also talk shit and like goes back and forth. Again, it's another one of those situations that I don't really pay much attention to, but Heather like really pays attention. I'm glad that she does, because Heather is like she's aware of what goes on in the world. I would literally be just nice to anybody if I saw them or heard from them. It just wouldn't even matter to me. I wouldn't even care about things that they said in the past. But to Heather's point, the people who are being really nasty to us, like, why would I want them around me? Like, just what's the point? It's just
why do they even want to be around us?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, if they're so shitty that they're going to like do stuff, like say stuff like that publicly, like they literally put that on a public social media post. The guy called you something really ugly, and it really affected him. Like, he said something about me too. Say something about me all day. I don't fucking care. As long as you're not saying something like the drug using thing really got to me, because it's like, I don't fucking do that. So why are you lying?
Why are you suggesting we're doing drugs? Like, it's kind of weird.
It's weird.
I've never done a drug in my life.
It's really weird.
Yeah, never done a drug in my life.
But what bothered me the most is I have dirt on that person.
Yeah.
And they've done like really really childish things. And just really goofy things. Like, just really really ugly things. And I don't even feel the need to like bring that up to that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to attack us in a way where it's like, you guys are cringe, or, Chris is like,
fat piece of shit. Right.
Essentially.
I'm on board.
But, I don't feel the need to be that type of ugly back. Like, just don't be around me.
100%.
Please.
No, I 100% agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, look, it costs nothing to be nice. Best thing that you can give anyone in your life is not money or gifts. The best thing you can give anyone is your time. Yeah.
And I don't want to give anybody who is ugly to me my time.
Let's get popping. I'm sorry, I don't know about that situation, and I'm not trying to disregard your messaging here, but I would suggest trying to get a hold of this person. I know them, and they're really good people. I'm surprised to even read what you're saying here. That's kind of shocking to me, because I've only heard good and positive things. But yeah, I'm not sure what I can do in that scenario.
Anything that has to do with another person doesn't have anything to do with Chris and I. You need to contact
them.
Yeah, that's between you guys. I'm sorry to hear that.
Heather seems very empathetic almost like a psychic empath. Yeah, I would say that she is. The problem with it, though, is that Heather will take that on, and she takes on other people's problems, which made it really bad for her as a hairstylist, because she was listening to other people, their issues, and then bringing it home a lot, and it was really screwing her up. And I'm glad she's no longer in that, you know, line of work anymore, thank God. But it still affects her today, even in what we're doing. I mean, here on YouTube, right? Next time you're talking to Brian, could you ask him to start shipping to Ireland and the UK? Yeah, of course.
We actually did bring that up, and that is something that they would like to do. I don't know what the hiccups are. I would imagine just things getting lost in the mail and stuff might really affect that. Like, it might be a fear of theirs or something. I don't know, because Funko doesn't do that either, and I'm curious as to why.
Right.
I mean, it's a higher shipping cost, but you just put that on the customer. It could be because I know with UPS for certain, over a certain dollar amount, they charge the person a certain amount of money for them to, like, for the items to be released to them. So it gets tricky. Eliza
D, do you have a plan to keep costs down if China tariffs happen? So
we have thought well into the future. We don't know how it's going to affect us. We basically live day by day, taking things as they come. It is something that we have thought about, and we are looking into certain things for our business that would hopefully, if that were to happen, ensure that things don't get too sticky for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that the tariff stuff is a little wacky. We are trying to find ways in which to figure that out, and yeah. Girl, tips to make hair grow faster, products to use. Erica, MA.
Make sure you're getting your hair cut regularly, and I wouldn't put heat on your hair very often. Not getting your hair cut regularly, it doesn't make your hair not grow, but your ends will split, which can make it, like, shorter.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
So it appears like it's not growing when it actually is growing from the root. It's just not healthy down here.
But what can they do to...
There's no real... I mean, I've heard good things about prenatal vitamins. Like, apparently that might make your hair grow faster, but that's something you would want to talk to your doctor about. I don't know if that's even, like, a real...
Okay.
Like, I think it makes it longer and, like, stronger. Like your nails and your hair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is behind us? So this is a Mortem plush that will be sold during Black Friday. So we'll have these available, and if you guys want one, check out Mischief Toys on Black Friday. We're actually going to have all sorts of cool things. Heather yelled at me earlier. I was going to say a couple things, but I cannot say it. But I can just tell you that Black Friday is going to be very special, and to make sure to check out MischiefToys.com for that. Go over to MischiefToys.com, sign up for our newsletter. That way you'll have all the most updated info. In addition to that, check out Instagram at Mischief Toys. Follow us there. We post very good data there as well. So don't forget. Go and check all that out. Mischief Toys is such an important thing to us. And I can't say it enough. You know, this video... or this live was about Mike Becker, and we talked about Brian Mariotti here as well tonight. Both those guys are great, and I would say if it weren't for Mike Becker, and this is sort of a conversation at some point to have, but without Mike Becker and Funko and Brian Mariotti creating the Funko Pop, what would the collector community be today? And I think that, you know, a lot of what has spawned from Funko Pops, much like Mischief Toys, Abominable Toys, obviously, Tiny Ghost, you know, all these great things that spawned from the love that we all had for Funko, what would today be like? And would it be where we are today? Would people like me and Heather be making little independent toy companies with our favorite character? And a Decon, would Decon exist? Like, would all these things actually be happening? And it's a real interesting question. I told Mike Becker years ago when we saw him at New York Comic Con, our first New York Comic Con, that, you know, he asked, something along the lines of, why'd you start this thing? Or how'd you get this thing started? And I said, you're the reason. If it weren't for Funko and Mike Becker doing this thing, or the thing, we would have never started Mischief Toys. And so it's interesting that we are now conversing with, we've conversed with Mike for many years, but now talking to Brian, it's really incredible. The fact that we have relationships with the people that I would consider like our, they're like our heroes. They're legendary. Inspiration, Wayne Paris. Exactly. So being able to converse with those who inspired us is really incredible. It's a lovely thing. But you ever think about that? Without Funko, what would all this be, right? Like, would we even be? We wouldn't be doing this.
Well, I'd be curious if it weren't for Funko. Like, would Tiny Ghosts exist?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Would Abominable Toys
That's what I'm
exist?
saying.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I feel like they revived toy collecting.
There was
in a
Kid
way.
Robot and Kid Robot and the Dunnies. That was like one of the
Yeah.
bigger things that was going on around when Funko Pop was being created. So that could have most likely spawned a lot of stuff too, right? So you kind of have to be thankful to them as well. But Funko really brought it to the worldwide like eyes, right? Everybody's taking a look at what's going on in this community. But the fact that we're doing it, you know, is a big deal to me. The fact that we're doing it, what am I saying? The fact that we're doing it is a dream scenario. And it's important. And I always try to hit this home to people, but Mischief Toys, the fact that you guys love it, you love collecting it, it means the world. We are a family business, we're a small business, and basically Heather is an employee of this company, and this is how we keep our home together. I mean, it's really crazy to think about it and to talk about it that way, but you know, we're a mom and pop shop. We're the corner business in your community that is constantly competing with 7-Eleven, right? The convenience store. So, you know, think about that. When you're purchasing from these smaller companies, that's kind of what you're doing. You're helping, you know, small business and family. We talked to somebody the other day about this. Brian Barrick's lovely girlfriend, about small business. What is it? Small Business Saturday?
Yeah.
And I don't know when that happens. Is that already passed?
No, it's the day after Black Friday.
Well, a day after Black Friday. Okay. Yeah, so Small Business Saturday. That was something I wanted to talk about too. We'll talk about that more.
That's an American Express thing,
okay.
technically. But, I mean, like, yeah, that's something we would have to look into. But you can consider anything Small Business Saturday, really.
True. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And really, I mean, I prefer to support small business over big business any day of the week. I mean, obviously some things for us in particular are unavoidable, but
yeah,
you know, if we travel somewhere, I always like to check out like the little like towns, like the cutesy little towns, and check out all the shops in there. Like, I buy a lot of soaps at places like that and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and decor and stuff.
Do we think if we had won the contest that inspired Gasly, would Mischief Toys be a thing? No, absolutely not.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that would have gone. So the goal of Gasly being created was to win a contest. And the fact that we didn't win, in fact, I didn't enter it properly, so I don't believe it was ever in the contest. But when that happened, I remember turning to Heather and I'm thinking, I really like this little character thing. Why don't we do something with it?
Yeah, but if you did win and you did see your creation come to life in a different way, do you think that would have inspired you to make another character, not for that company, but
I don't know.
for you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it may have, because
I think we would have been on the excitement of it happening for our YouTube channel.
Maybe, but think about the time, like the day that we got the prototypes in.
Right.
And we saw them in hand. Like, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel great, but again, I don't know.
Did it make you want to do more?
What you're asking, that day? Yeah, I mean, well, truthfully, I was literally, my butthole was real tight and I was crossing my fingers hard that it would work. to be honest with you, because I didn't know, because you don't know. We had dropped thousands of dollars into something that we didn't know if it would even fucking work or if anybody would give a shit.
Yeah.
At that point, people could have just said, fuck Mischief Toys, fuck Ghastly, fuck Chris and Heather, and fuck Castlecast. And then if that would have happened, then none of this would be, nothing would matter. We wouldn't be showing off a plush of a character that now is our third character in our lineup. Like, we would have just had Ghastly and a room full of figures we couldn't sell. But look how far we've come. I mean, it's unbelievable when you look at it, right?
We're at over 50 now, right?
No, we haven't hit our 50th figure yet.
I think we have.
No, according to Adam Ang, I don't believe we've done 50 yet.
I thought it was Halloween week we hit it.
I don't think so. Maybe. I feel like he said that we were going to hit our 50. I don't know. But do I think Mischief Toys would have been a thing if we won the contest? No. I think we would have been on this high that we were the contest winners and look at our characters out there in the world. And then most likely would have been pissed that we didn't get any love for what we had created. So I am so glad that it didn't happen. Yeah. Because had it happened, today I'd be probably kicking myself in the ass. I'm so glad that we took it and did our own thing. Yeah. I'm really happy about that, for sure. I've been collecting Hot Toys, Legos, and comics. Always collecting from 1990 until the Funko end of 2010. And opened up the opportunity to meet lots of fantastic people. That's awesome. That's what it's about, right? Come for the toys, stay for the people. That's sort of what we've lived by, our motto. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. No, you guys might be able to see us. I don't know. I don't know what just happened. I'm using a new computer, and for whatever reason, we just lost the contact of our monitor here. Did the computer die? Are we live still?
It looks like we're still live.
We're still live? Okay, let me take a look. Let me see what's going on, because I don't know what's going on yet. Okay.
Yeah, we're still live.
We are? Okay. Does it show me getting up?
It will in like 30 seconds, I think.
Okay. That was really weird.
L. Ellis said, it's super impressive that you guys have accomplished all that you have with your own IP. Funko was huge for the collector community, but they heavily relied on licenses. Yeah, I agree. It's really bizarre, but it's also interesting because, okay, back up. So, Thrilljoy mentioned to us that the blue products were the items that were selling the most at New York Comic Con, which I love, but they also have a lot of licenses as well. Like, they had a lot of licenses at New York Comic Con. So it was very interesting hearing that to me, but it made sense. Because I feel like they're such a new company that people want the mascot, right? It's like the first of its kind. So I'm curious how the other blues will do that aren't related to licenses if they do more of those. But Freddy Funko is a huge character. However, the Freddy Funkos that are licensed are the big ones, whereas the Freddy Funko with skateboard or whatever, they aren't quite as popular. I shouldn't even say they aren't quite as popular, they aren't nearly as popular.
Right.
So
there you go, it's all fixed. I fixed it. Sorry, the computer is going batshit. I don't know what happened.
I do find it really interesting and really cool that we have been able to do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest feat is
mine.
The biggest feat is getting people to love a character that we've created, right? So, you go into doing this and you create Ghastly. Do people give a shit about Ghastly? Do they want to see multiple iterations of Ghastly? That's the biggest question. And the fact that we have people, you guys, a lot of you out there watching right now, give a shit about Ghastly and want to see what else we do and like Mortem and sometimes like Demonstro. Demonstro, I think, is not the most liked character of the lineup, but There's some people out there who like the Monstro, but the fact that you like those characters and you want to see what they're, what's next and what we're going to do next, that's the most cool. That's the coolest thing I think about it, right? I like that people love what we created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I love that we're able to create things that we are into and other people are into it.
100%.
Adam said that the next figure will be the 50th figure. So you're right.
Next figure. Holy shit.
Thank you, Adam.
That's awesome. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, that's crazy. Next figure is 50th figure. That's special. Well, we do have more things coming your way in terms of Mischief Toys, so look out for it. That'll be sometime in December. December will be a big month for us. But thank you guys for making this year so big for us. I mean, this year is the biggest year of Mischief Toys. We've done the most for the most with Mischief Toys. We did incredibly well at New York Comic Con. Without our fan base, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we're doing. Growth is a huge factor in what we do. We had talked to a lot of toy businesses or toy companies, independent ones, that have been operating for many years. And they couldn't find growth. They couldn't find the love for their products or the love for their characters. And you look at it, and some of the things that I really love, like I personally really love, and it's like, man, why aren't they getting a lot of love, right? And then we come out of the gate with Ghastly, and it's like we found love almost instantly. And I would thank YouTube for that, because you and I having a face on YouTube and doing all the things we've done on YouTube, people already know who we are. They most of the time like what we do. But they are into being behind something that is like microscopic in this grand scheme of all these toys. I mean, look at Designer Con. You're talking about an entire convention that's all about independent stuff. All these different, toy companies, sometimes hand making, sometimes manufacturing like us, doing all these really crazy and fun things. That's why I'm in it. I'm in it for the fun. I'm in it to do really cool things and bring ideas that we come up with to life. I came up with a cool idea the other day, which is based on it's a parody of a franchise. You know what I'm saying, right? That is going to be one of the most brilliant things that we ever do, I think. And I'm not saying that because I'm brilliant. I'm just saying that I think it's going to be fucking fun. It's going to be hilarious, and I think people are really going to love it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll speak to a lot of people too. It'll speak to a lot of people. It's going to be great. What saddens me is to collect a line that is really good, but
because the support is small, they end up shutting down. So much competition out there, especially for making original figures. Yeah, that's awful. That's awful. Really awful. I really hope that we never have to face anything like that.
Agreed. Yeah.
We we're a small channel, but when we find something that we absolutely love and adore, we try to shout it out as much as we can, because, that's why we do this. We do this because we're passionate about collectibles. We love collectibles, and we think that, there's a lot of really cool stuff out there that deserves so much. Just so much.
Yep, and I'll show the love to those companies every chance I can get. We try to talk about a lot of different people here. Sometimes I wish that our channel growth had sort of... Sometimes I wish that we weren't so hateful that our channel could have grown, because the real reasoning that I love doing what we do is to help build the smaller people, right? The smaller independent toy lines. That's something that I'm really passionate about, helping others. And I think that's what this is about. All the different companies that we've talked to, most of them are in it for the community and for helping one another, being there for one another. I think that's important in what we do. And so I'm always open to helping people wherever I can. I think sometimes I almost want to give like a class on how you do this. Like how do you get from little like idea to not saying we're huge, but just to where we are today and how we were able to do what we did.
Not overnight.
But I think a lot of people
7 years.
I think a lot of people have great ideas, but they don't have a platform, and they need to find where their platform is. And we just so happened to build our platform. I always said our YouTube channel was like our college or us getting ready to make a toy business.
Yeah.
Like we were learning along the way, and we didn't know that's what we were doing. It's really incredible. Our story is really incredible, and I hope one day that a real documentary is done on it, because
cool.
I believe what's happened with us, even at the small level that it is, I think it deserves to be studied in some way, because I don't know, it's really wacky how this all worked out, like how quickly we're able to do all the things that we do. A lot of people struggle for a while, and then they kind of find a fan base, but we found a fan base right away, and we just started moving up.
Yeah.
And that was really great for us.
And we struggled along the way a lot.
We always struggle. We struggle all the time. Nothing's perfect.
We learn something new every single day when it comes to what we do.
100%.
Whether it's Gasolcast or Mischief Toys or both, there's always something to be learned. Whether something goes wrong or not, we're constantly learning.
100%.
And I think that that's really important.
And we didn't have to sell any feet pics to get where we are.
Well, there may have been a few.
You never know. You never know what Heather's done behind the scenes. Nicholas Maschermico, what a great guy. Good friend. Love him to death. You guys like to bring the community with you into the success. Always helpful and always there for your friends and supporters. I mean, look what you did for me last week. Success follows your positivity. Look, man, we just sat down and had a conversation with you. You did all that. You did everything. Like, you are the man. I'm glad that we could give you again, it's a platform thing, right? Giving you the platform to speak to the people to help get the word out there. And I hope everybody went and bought Nick's brand new book, or at least the trilogy of books where he was going to sign them. It was the whole thing. Hardback, great set. Hopefully you guys were able to get your hands on it. What actors do you guys want to play you? The documentary. No, I don't want it. No, I don't want it like that, like a film like that. But who would play me? Well, of course, it would be Jeffrey D. Morgan. For sure.
Why?
Because I'm a fucking badass. Why? What do you mean, why? Who would play you? You know who would play you?
Tell me.
It would be, what's the famous actor? I can't remember what his name is. He played Opie.
Wait, a guy that would play me?
Yeah, it's
Ryan Hurst? Fuck you.
No. Ron Howard's brother. Ron Howard's
is playing me?
brother. Yeah, Ron Howard's brother. This would be perfect. Clint Howard. So I think that that would be you for sure. Like, I think Heather would be. I think Clint Howard would be perfect to play Heather. Forehead, teeth, the whole thing. So you got it all, or he's got it all.
You're really stupid.
Look at his bulb head. He's awesome. Clint Howard's the man.
His forehead's about as big as mine, though.
No, they said Emma Stone. I think Emma Stone would fit you.
Yeah, cause she's sort of quirky. I like her.
Yeah.
And I'd be her girlfriend too.
Yeah.
Would it be weird if like she was playing me and then like she was my girlfriend too? So it's like I'm dating myself. Like, would that be weird?
For sure.
Or would that be sort of cool?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I love Emma Stone.
Emma Stone's pretty badass. That's true. Heather can pull off Kate Blanchett easy. Heather, you should be hella for Halloween. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, Richard Perez. Yes, Kate Blanchett. I've been saying that for years.
Chris has been telling me that for years.
Yeah.
And what's her name?
Aubrey Plaza.
Evangeline Lilly. No, not
Evangeline Lilly. Yeah, a little bit. Evangeline Lilly. But I would say Kate Blanchett more.
Kate Blanchett?
Kate Blanchett, yeah. Yeah. Lisa Kudrow. Lisa Kudrow is old as fuck. I can't believe they would even say that. It's embarrassing.
Wow, thanks, Mikey. Now I'm
Heather Graham. Heather Graham's hot. You ever seen Heather Graham?
I don't care so much about the looks.
What do you mean?
I care so much. I care more about, like, their personality, I think. Like, can they actively portray me? I'd be hard to portray.
You think so?
Her boobs are too big to play me.
Her boobs are too big to play
Yeah.
you? Well,
Maybe I
Sharon
gotta grow
Stone.
them. Isn't she old?
Yeah, Sharon Stone's like 70 years old.
What is wrong with you guys?
I like that they're all old. Who else? How about the old woman from Titanic? That woman should play Heather. Is she still alive?
I don't know. I like Lisa Kudrow.
The old woman from Titanic.
Who is the old lady from Titanic?
She's dead, that's what she is.
Probably.
100% she's dead. There's no way she's alive. Taylor Swift, somebody said.
I love
Sam
Taylor
Studley
Swift.
said Taylor Swift.
Of course he did.
Is she dead? She died in 2002, didn't she?
2010, she was 100 years old.
Holy shit.
Wow.
God
Amazing.
damn.
Amazing,
Chris
right?
could
like,
get Adams. Could I get? I'm Adam Sandler. Yeah, sure. Adam Sandler can play me.
Oh, I love Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler. I know a lot of people are like really weird about Adam Sandler. Like they think that he's really immature, but I think that's why I love him so much.
So Titanic came out in '98, right?
Yes.
You know Titanic was in the theaters for over a year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was I believe, no, actually it might have been an entire year. It was from I think December. No, maybe over a year. No, December to January.
Robo Lizard said
yeah.
Ozzy and Sharon.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, but that woman's definitely dead. There's no doubt about that, right? She's gone.
So I have a weird thing about Emma Roberts. I
Emma
like Emma
Roberts?
Roberts.
Who's Emma Roberts?
She's Julia Roberts. I think it's her niece.
Oh.
She's one of the girls that plays in American Horror Story.
Mikey said ignore him, he's a stoner. Gloria Stewart. Who's Gloria Stewart?
That's the old
That's
lady
Emma.
from
Emma Roberts is, yeah, she's alright. But who's, Gloria Stewart's the old woman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, next movie together for the Gasslecast movie. For Gasslecast movie. No matter who plays Heather, Chris will have to kiss and marry.
Well, then it can't be Emma Stone because I'm gonna kiss and marry Emma Stone.
Would you
Probably not. No, I'm not into women like that. But I love Emma Stone. Like I would want to be her best friend. Like she seems so funny when you see her like in interviews and stuff.
Has there ever been a woman? I'm not trying to ask weird questions, but I just
Ask me this when we're not on camera.
No, I mean, has there ever been a woman that you saw that you're just like you're attracted to them, like you're just something about them, like magnetic?
Not like that. I want to date them.
No, not date them, but you're just like, oh my god, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, attractive people are attractive people.
Like who?
Emma Stone.
Oh, Emma Stone guy.
I love Emma Stone.
Okay. Don't ask me.
I'm asking you. Same question.
Who? Emma Stone. That's my answer too.
It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan for you.
Of course. Of course, Heather.
Who wouldn't be attracted to Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
You know who I know this is going to sound crazy, and look, I'm not into guys like that, but Schitt's Creek. David.
I love him.
There's something about that guy. He's unbelievable.
I know. He's so funny.
He really
and he's
is.
so smart.
Yes.
And he seems genuinely like really nice.
I watch him in interviews. That dude is charming as fuck.
I know.
Like stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome.
he would charm the pants right off of me.
Me too. No, but isn't it crazy? Like, don't you sometimes watch shows like Schitt's Creek and you're like, man, I wish they could do more. Like, wouldn't it be good to have him have his own show?
Yeah, well, or just have Schitt's Creek go on until everybody's dead.
No, because then you're gonna ruin it. But I think if you had his own spinoff with his husband.
But I mean, like, if it worked out to where it could go on forever, you know what? Like, it could just be perfect.
Like Simpsons
for like 50. Well, Simpsons really that great anymore?
Well, apparently to Steven Skolansky it is.
Well, Steven Skolansky, I don't think he's a human.
What?
I think
What is
he's
it?
like an alien. I don't know, like a lizard person.
He said he thought I was going to say Eugene Levy. I'm all hot and worked up for Eugene Levy.
What if it
and his
was
big eyebrows?
What's his name? Roland?
Oh, rolling shit. Rolling shit. Oh my god, can you imagine if it was? I'm like way into Eugene Levy.
I mean, Eugene Levy is Dan Levy's father.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Eugene Levy when he was young.
He was on Saturday Night Live. Eugene Levy.
Oh, never mind. That doesn't look like
he
Dan.
he always looked like a dad.
He
Eugene
does. Like, he was probably like 15 years old looking like an elderly dad.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
You know what's really crazy to me? Is I feel like he looks older in his younger pictures than he does now.
I agree.
It's really weird because every time we watch a movie from like the 80s, like the 70s and 80s, there are people that are like
older.
20 and they look like they're like 50.
Older. Yeah.
It's weird.
Why?
What the fuck is it because we associate people who dressed and looked like that as older, like perceive them as older when we were kids?
No, I think this is really getting deep.
Okay,
but I think it has to do with maybe the product, skincare product, or maybe what people have been eating or drinking. Like, there's something interesting that goes on.
Oh, casseroles were huge in the 50s.
What I'm saying is I think
Is it the casseroles that made them old?
No, I'm just saying I think back then, I think that people, there was something going on. Because you ever watch movies where they're like teenagers in high school? Not even that, not the main actors. The background actors who are definitely younger.
Yeah.
They look like they're 50. Like there's something going on back there.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's weird. Very weird. You notice all the big titties now? There's big titties everywhere.
Yeah, because boob jobs are like...
It's not even that. It's not even that. I think there's something in the water.
Oh, yeah. Like antibiotics and stuff and growth hormones.
It has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
And feet.
Fuck yourself, first of all. Maybe that's where my boobs went, to my feet. Because I haven't grown since I was 12.
Exhibit A. and Exhibit B.
I'm going to Exhibit A right onto your fucking
Those
face.
surfboards. Are you crazy in the water? I feel like you are.
Yeah, it's like watching a dolphin swim.
I feel like you're out of control of the water. Like, you're a perfect swimmer.
Yeah, well, I feel like you don't know how to swim, so shut the fuck up.
I don't know how to swim. I know. I don't. Sydney Sweeney is a prime example. Jesus Christ. You see her?
Does she got big feet, too?
Oh, my God. Her tits are humongous. Humongous. Her and then the girl from the Tyson fight. The two of them. Can you imagine them in the same room?
Oh, my God. They're very big.
Sydney Sweeney's hot.
Are they like real?
Yeah.
They look real.
Oh, yeah, they're real. That's the thing. I have like a superpower. I can tell you if they're real or fake. You just show me them. I'll tell you. I mean, I know that sounds kind of creepy, but it's true. I can tell you. I can tell you everything about them. I'm like the Terminator, but about tits only.
Oh my God, those things are so big.
Yep. Alexandria Daddario. She has incredible piercing eyes. You ever see her? She's a very pretty woman.
Yeah, she's pretty. She has big boobs?
I think they're like a C. Chris, what do you think about Jeff Bridges? I know he is older, but maybe 15 years ago timeline.
Oh my God.
Jeff Bridges, he's a handsome man. Oh, you're not. Don't show me. You're showing me stuff I've already seen 100 times. Like.
No,
I've studied that.
That's not a C.
I've studied that picture. I've studied that picture.
That's not a C.
You ever seen me with my VR on?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm doing?
Looking at boobs.
I'll spend all my time on that picture. That's it. Show the camera. Go ahead. No, don't show the camera. We might get something might happen to the YouTube. Alexandria Daddario. It's like them VR glasses are getting a lot of work. I'm killing them batteries. I'll tell you that. I'm having a hard line of power in on those things because they're gonna die. What are you looking at now?
This will turn you off to her. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh, that's AI or something.
It's gotta be.
What is that? That's creepy. Oh my God, that's nuts. That's terrible. Chris Alexandria, it ain't no D cup. Oh, she's bigger than that? Are we throwing out a D? Double D? I don't know.
I don't know.
They're massive. I'll tell you that. I saw the picture. They're massive. What did you think of the Tyson fight? It definitely, there was something going on there. It definitely seemed fake to me. It seemed planned out. I don't know. And then Tyson was biting his glove. I think that he was like trying to say something to the Jake Paul guy. That's me.
Brian said that's you editing the videos.
Show him that. That's what I look like when I have my headset on. That's me. Yeah. Chris, are you watching your VR glass? Wait a minute. What are you watching on your VR? You know what I'm watching.
Boobs.
It's boobs all the time. If Chris can work on his butt, Mike Tyson might play him. Yeah. Man, that was crazy. That was unbelievable.
That was fun.
Never thought I'd see a butt like that ever. It was really overwhelming. Thank you, Adam. That's so sweet. All right. Go and check out MischiefToys.com. Sign up for our newsletter. By the way, Patreon.com/GastroCast. We'll have our Google Meet next Saturday, which is the 22nd?
Something.
20-something?
Did you post it on Patreon
23rd,
yet?
maybe? Yeah, I did. It's next Saturday. Let me see. What is it? Next Saturday, the 23rd. At 9 p.m. Eastern, we will come on live with you, but at 8 p.m. it'll start. You can hang out with fellow patrons. We'll do giveaways. We'll share you upcoming Mischief Toys stuff and much, much more. So come up or come and join Patreon at patreon.com/GastroCast.
Are you able to do a screen capture easily here?
Maybe. Why?
Could you go to MischiefToys.com and show them our new hoodies we have for pre-order? Because they're only available for 1 week, baby.
So you want to show it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Here, you keep talking. I'm going to work on this.
All right. Well, we can talk some more about Chris's butt that is non-existent, because that was fun.
Cool. All right, let's transition over.
Oh, okay. We're here.
Boom.
Here it is.
So there it is.
So show them.
So as you can see, we have Mischievous Winter, which is Demonstro.
Epic.
And the Elf Ghastly. And look, it's Demonstro is trying to catch him. That's pretty cool.
So much fun.
Not only do we have that, but we also have a hoodie. So you can pre-order that as well.
Yeah.
And then, this is, by the way, this is great. So I pitched this idea to Michael Duran.
No, you didn't.
I think he killed it.
You pitched a different idea to Michael Duran. He did this on his own.
Oh, really? Mm. No, I thought I pitched this too. No?
Nope, you did not pitch
that. So I pitched it where it was going to be...
No, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it because it might be in the future.
Oh, okay. All right. And then there's this hoodie, which is our print from New York Comic Con.
Amazing.
I love the Mischief Toys on the arm. I'm really excited about this one. I want to wear this one a lot. And then the shirt, which is friggin' awesome. I love it. Look how big the design is. Is it going to be that big?
It varies. It depends. It depends on the size they get. So it's not going to be that big on like the larger sizes. It might be that big on the smaller sizes, but I can't say for sure.
Okay, I want to make it as big as we can on these sizes.
That's what I told him.
As we can, yeah. As big as we can, because it deserves a big spot right there on your chesticles. Look at that. All the characters from New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
What a beautiful sight.
Amazing.
Demonstro is holding them all. I love the little party Ghastly. He's having a good time. You got the skeleton Ghastly, vampire Ghastly, and then that Mortem swinging that scythe, brah. Yeah, so go over to MischiefToys.com and buy yours now. And then we have Day of the Dead Ghastly still up, and also the pull-apart Zombie Ghastly plush. Go and get yours today, bruh. That's all we've got for you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for this however long we've been on here. What has this been, an hour? Hour and a half? Thanks for coming and hanging with us. We'll be back here next Sunday, but look out for new videos every single day. We're talking about all sorts of things. Make sure you comment, like the videos, like this live. We need that. What's coming up on the call this weekend? Lots of things, bruh.
Fun. Lots of mischief.
Lots of fun. Lots of mischief, bruh.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah, come on. Come on. But that's all we've got for you. We appreciate you all. Thank you. Have a good week. Be good to each other. Love each other. Spread mischief. Make mischief. Make sure you go to MischiefToys.com, sign up for the newsletter, and follow us on Mischief Toys on Instagram, okay? At Mischief Toys. Go and follow us. All right. Love you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you then.